What's up, guys? We have a lot to talk about today. Trisha Paytas has been calling out AB from the H3 podcast for the past few days now after he defended David Dobrik and his content. Another former member of the Vlog Squad also came out and shared his experience being friends with David and Jason, and it's shocking. It's a mess, so let's get into it.
Exposed. Exposed. You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
So let's start from the beginning. A few days ago now, the H3 podcast posted an episode titled David Dobrik Debate. Ethan starts off by asking AB what his thoughts on David Dobrik are.
Okay, so AB being a fan of David Dobrik, we've been arguing a little bit behind the scenes about some of the things going on. So I thought, let's talk about it on the podcast. It's only fair that David has somebody, on the crew that supports him. Gives a little counter argument. So AB, what are your thoughts on David Dobrik?
AB says he used to be a fan of David, but he thinks they're going a little bit too harsh on him. He says Trisha's feelings are completely valid, but there's another perspective to it. He compares what David does to a sitcom with funny bits that are just exaggerated for entertainment. Ethan asked AB what he thought about Big Nick then, because they literally just had Big Nick on last week talking about his negative experience with David and the Vlog Squad.
And what about Big Nick saying that he felt like he was bullied and that he had no self-worth and that he had to really get out of the situation because he felt it was toxic?
AB says he does feel bad for Big Nick, but he also went back and forth with them with the jokes, and he was also commenting on his Instagram post not even 2 months ago. AB's argument is that, all these people in the Vlog Squad created their own personalities from Vine, and then they just carried it over to David's vlogs. Apparently, Big Nick would frequently make dwarf jokes, so David probably thought it was just okay. This is just my opinion, but to me, it kind of sounded like AB was a bigger fan of David than he was even letting on. I mean, he had receipts, videos, remembered specific events in David's vlogs just to back up his point he was trying to make. I gotta give it to Hila though, because she had the best rebuttal to AB's argument. Hila said, when you're in that situation, you could go along with it at the time because you don't know better and the situation isn't black and white. Ethan brings up how they have Seth scheduled to call in and talk about his experience with the Vlog Squad. Ethan explains how David and Jason tricked Seth into making out with Jason without his consent not once but twice. AB comes right on out and says he thinks Seth may be lying about the first time it happened, and it actually didn't happen like that.
But do you really think he didn't have consent for that? Like, even if he's not a good person,
he said he did not give consent. He said that in his video. The guy that he said, I did not give consent for that to happen. So are you calling him a liar?
Yeah, I'll call that guy a liar.
All right, here we go.
Why would you call him a liar?
Can you guys see a pattern forming with AB where he seems very pro-David and the Vlog Squad and questions people coming out with negative stories about them? Anyways, they posted the episode, and once fans started seeing how unpopular AB's opinion was, the response towards him wasn't good at all. I love how AB says he's not a big fan, but seems to know everything about the Vlog Squad and David. AB sounds like he's trying to get into the Vlog Squad. I'm sorry, but it's really sad. Just because they go along with jokes doesn't mean they're okay with it. He speaks from a place of privilege where he's never been in that situation. It's not fair for him to discredit them. I know his job is to provide a different perspective, but you can be unbiased in a situation and still not discredit those who've come forward about their experiences. Anyways, Trisha ended up seeing this, and just like Ethan predicted, it wasn't good. Trisha stood her ground and defended why she feels so negatively towards that group.
This is my reply to the AB from the H3 podcast called David Dobrik Debate. Now he's a complete dumbass because he's actually a sweet in person. He's just an idiot. There's nothing going on in there. So I'm only 10 minutes and 41 seconds into it, and actually there's only 2 minutes so far he's talking about me, and already he's like, this is like a sitcom. No dick. This was my real freaking life. So let's bring up the stuff he says. We're going a little hard on Jason. Jason, he has kids to feed and all that stuff like that. Let's remind everybody once again, the main issue that I struggled with during our thing is him defending his best friend, Brandon Calvillo, who is 20 years younger than him, his best friend, who was dating a minor that they thought was completely okay. And I was exiled from the group because him and David both made jokes with this girl who was a minor, asking Brandon and saying it's completely okay. And not only do they stand by him, they continue to have him in vlogs and stuff like that. AB is such an idiot.
Her main problem with David and the Vlog Squad has always been how Brandon was dating a minor and David condoned it, and David trying to get Tana to sleep with Jason when he's like an old man. AB seemed to think Trisha was upset because she was pushed out of the group out of nowhere, but that's completely wrong. AB ended up getting a lot of hate online from this, and when I say a lot, I mean probably way too much.
You got some threats. I know I saw your Instagram went private.
Yeah, I did. I felt bad. I felt bad, like, Lena seeing it too. Like, yeah, a little rough. I mean, usually I consider myself to be a strong person, but when it's the fact, like, last night I heard, I don't know if this is too personal.
In the next episode, you could tell AB was really upset about the backlash he was getting. His voice was really shaky, and I think it was probably overwhelming for him. He got more hate for his unpopular, misinformed opinion on the situation than David did for actually taking part in the situation. I think we've all probably been in a situation like this before where we've had a hot take or an unpopular opinion on something, and looking back, we don't feel that way anymore, or we realize how misinformed those opinions were. Ethan explained they make these episodes talking badly about David, so they wanted to hear from someone who had another view to bring a different opinion into it. Although, like I said, AB crossed the line of providing a different opinion and crossed into defending. AB ended up writing down his thoughts on the situation and apologized on video. Later on in the episode, they had Seth on to talk about his experience in the Vlog Squad. He opened up about how he felt David was constantly doing racially charged jokes on him. He says the messed up thing is the fact that kids who are like 12, 13 who watch David will see those jokes, think they're funny and okay, and repeat them in their personal life. He also talks about pranks David would do on him without his consent. In one instance, Seth was supposed to make out with Corinna for a bit in the vlog, with her wearing an old man mask. They switched Corinna for Jason, and Seth ended up unknowingly making out with Jason without his consent. Seth had a conversation with David and let him know that he didn't like that. Then what do you know? 2 months later, he does the same thing again. Seth got an email from a beef jerky company asking him to be in a commercial. He was super excited, it seemed really legit, so he told his whole family and friends about the opportunity. This was going to be a real paying commercial, so as a young guy who just moved to LA, that extra money would have been really helpful. The plot of the commercial was that there was going to be a bunch of girls dressed up in gorilla costumes, and he had to make out with one of them. Just like the previous prank, the person in the mask was actually Jason, and unfortunately he didn't find that out until after they made out. In the video, you can tell how shocked and disgusted Seth is by the situation. But guys, here's another really messed up thing. The length David went to making this commercial happen is actually so gross when you think about it. He had a whole crew, he had directors, actors, like anyone walking into this would think it's the real deal. Why go through so much effort just to destroy your friend's life? To make things even worse, Seth thought he was going to a real paying commercial. He could have very easily planned his rent money, food, or bills based on that pay just to find out it was a prank. He had to fight with David for the pay he was promised, which was only like $2,500. As if the situation wasn't bad enough, Seth was getting so much attention from what happened, he had to move from LA to Atlanta just to get away from it all. Only hours after Seth spoke out, you would think David would be in hiding since people are starting to realize how messed up his vlogs are, but nope. He was on Instagram promoting his merch and having a great time. David truly thinks that he's untouchable on YouTube because he never addresses any scandals, and since his fanbase is young, he just expects it to go away over time. But the thing is, this isn't just a normal scandal. This is serious stuff that he's doing to people that has long-term side effects. There was a comment left under the H3 video that really stood out to me about David. It said, "Big Nick wanting to end it all? Real life. Trisha spiraling until she's in a mental institution? Real life. Seth assaulted twice? Real life. The repetitive jokes and bullying? Real life. Jason trying to kiss Tana? Real life. Adult men dating minors? Real life. Dirty Dom assaulting a girl at VidCon? Real life. I don't understand people who think it's all a bit." Anyways guys, let me know what you think about everything down below. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button because it really does help my channel, and I'll see you next time.